So when you make philosophy and psychedelic type videos and like spiritual videos, and when you talk about like becoming your best self, or when you try to encourage people to chase their dreams, or to live the life that they were meant to live, people envision you a certain way, right? They envision you to be so peaceful and loving and calm and cool and collected. And don't get me wrong, I'm calm, cool, and collected a lot of the times, but it's like sometimes I genuinely, like, I get hype. Sometimes I get mad, sometimes I get angry. And honestly, a lot of times I've noticed that a lot of times I try to keep a perfect balance of alpha and beta. I try to keep a perfect balance of being an alpha, but also being beta. Because I've noticed a lot of times I have alpha traits that I don't notice until, like, it's something that I noticed that it's something to be like, I don't really like that about myself, right? Where it's like, maybe I'll be talking about something, right? And somebody will ask me for advice, or somebody will talk to me. I'll be talking in a group, right? A group of friends or a group of people. And, like, it's almost like what I say ends up either irritating someone or makes them anxious, or like my presence sometimes, my energy in general just sometimes makes them uncomfortable or anxious. And I don't understand why sometimes, but then I start thinking to myself, I mean, it happens. That's like an alpha. It's because I'm very stern with my beliefs. Like I'll be the first one. Like if you prove me wrong, I'll be the first one to say thank you so much for proving me wrong. Now I am closer to what is right. I don't think I know shit. I don't think I know anything. I just think I know what I know right now, and what I know right now might be proven wrong in the future. And if it's proven wrong in the future, I will change what I know and change my beliefs. But I think that so many of us, we have a hard time with hearing the truth. We have a hard time, it's like people want their friends to be like, if they're going through hard times, people want their friends to be like, oh, it's okay, don't worry, everything will work out, it'll be okay. But it's like, I'm the type of person to be like, yo, this shit's not okay. Fucking airplane. But I'm the type of person to be like, this shit's not okay, right? That it's not okay that, whatever. Like when my friends were telling me, yo, you're a bum, you're living at your mom's, whatever. I wasn't mad. I didn't have any animosity or any anger towards them. I understood them. I got it. Like, I get it. I know what it looks like when I was living at my mom's, right? And why it looked bad because I didn't have a job, and why it looked a certain way. But I'm not concerned with how I look to other people. I am just, and that's another alpha trait, right? And it's like, I don't really want to break it down to alpha and beta traits, because it's more than just alpha and beta, yin and yang, left and right, up and down, light and shadow. It's deeper than just, consciousness and the ego. It's deeper than all that. But at the same time, it is all that. It's just having the balance to be able to walk in the middle. And this is what I do. I can't say it's going to work for you, but I can say for me, I walk in the middle. I have a lot of beta traits as well, where a lot of my beta traits are like where, I don't know, sometimes I don't want to hurt people's feelings. Like, my intention is never to hurt someone's feelings when I'm trying to give advice or being honest, or just speaking my mind. My thing is I tend to speak my mind a little too bluntly, too whatever. And maybe it's not too bluntly. Maybe it's just blunt enough. Maybe it's just the way it is because that's the way I am. And this is what I've come to the conclusion of. Just because other people find you uncomfortable, you don't need to change to adapt to their situation. Because, a lot of people find alpha uncomfortable because they had an alpha male in their life that was a piece of shit that made them feel uncomfortable. So they relate any alpha behavior, and they think about their past. They haven't been able to let go of the past. And the thing is, I really feel like something David Goggins said one time really stuck with me, because I really resonate with it. Because it happens to me all the time, right? Where it's like, he said, and I'm paraphrasing, but he said something along the lines of, you can't learn from me if you take offense from me, right? That's like, you can't learn if you tap dance around the truth. And this is my thing. you'll never, that's so real. You will never learn a damn thing from me if you get butthurt from what I say. If you, like, if you can't handle the truth, don't, honestly, if you can't handle the truth, you probably shouldn't have a conversation with me. Because I'm going to be honest. If you ask me my opinion, I'm going to tell it. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. You might expect a hippie answer. You might expect, oh, everything's all love and it's all peace. And just smile and live life and think positive and everything will be fine. No, sometimes it does not fucking work like that. Like, I don't know. I cannot explain to you guys how many times I sat there and I cried and I cried and I shattered at my mom's house. How many times there was one time I yelled at the top of my lungs to the point where I almost lost my voice. And a lot of people would say that's not good, it's unhealthy. And it's not good, it's not healthy. But I'm fucking human. And I'm only 25 years old and I'm learning how to be me. I'm learning what's right, what's wrong. I'm learning what feels right. I'm learning what feels wrong. I'm trying things. I'm expressing myself in unhealthy ways so eventually I can find the healthy ways to express myself. But if you've never expressed yourself in an unhealthy way, then you probably have no fucking clue how to actually express yourself in an actual healthy way. Because if you don't know what's dark, how the fuck do you know what's light? If you don't know what's up, how do you know what's down? Like, we are living in a world of contrast, and I think that if you don't get in touch with your shadow, you're missing something. You're missing the realness of the human race. You're missing real. Because, I'm down for, and I can name drop, but I'm not really going to because it's not about that. But, like, I'm all down for, YouTubers and video makers and social media people that are, only uploading, when they're positive, or they only want to spread the positive message because that's kind of what their channels are based off of. But not mine. My YouTube channel, my social medias, my BitChute, my BitTube, my Cocos, my fucking Instagram, my Twitter, my Minds.com, my everything that I'm on, all my social media sites are just literally a reflection of who I am. That's it. I don't want to look a certain way. I don't want to look like a hippie because a lot of people have this misconstrued vision of me. I have some really strong points of view that would make you guys hate me. I'm going to make videos about them. Don't get it wrong. I'm going to end up making videos about all my strong points of view that you guys are going to be like, well, fuck you, you piece of shit, or why would you believe that, or why would you, talk about that, or some people are going to be like, oh, I thought I knew you, but apparently not, and it's like, no, you don't know me. You don't know me unless you actually listen to me. It goes back to you can't learn from me if you take offense to me. You'll never know who I am if you only listen to the things you agree with. If you only listen to my videos that you agree with, like the psychedelic videos, the philosophy videos, the videos about whatever, the plant videos, then you'll only know one side of me. And that one side is not 100% me. So it's not 100%. But when you get to know my sadness, like, that's why I talk about me, sad, or when, me crying, or, how hard it was to fucking be at my mom's and write these, and make these videos and write in my book and make these beats and make these songs. I did all that while I was at my mom's because I didn't have a job, so I figured why not work on my dreams like a slave? Like, 4 hours sleeps a night, last night, an hour and a half a night, like last night. So it's like, I work hard on my dreams because this is what I was born to do. And these are all my aspects. Every side of me is, I try to upload on the internet because I just want to be real, right? I want people to see that it's like, you need to find yourself. And in order to find yourself, you're going to have to be able to listen to things that you don't want to hear. Do you think I wanted to hear, like, DMT, for example, psychedelics? Everyone wants the DMT breakthrough, everyone's looking at DMT and psychedelics like it's a beautiful thing. You got, the tech world in Silicon Valley, microdosing with LSD. I'm trying to utilize it as, like, a mental stimulant thing. But it's like, that's like using a jet engine for a jet airplane for a lawnmower, right? These things I feel like are not meant to be really microdosed as much as they are meant to be full dosed and learn from them. But when you have a full dose, it's not fun. It's not exciting. A DMT breakthrough is not. It's life shattering. It's going to give you things you don't want to hear. It's going to show you things you don't want to see. It's going to make you go through things you don't want to go through. And I feel like the true deep aspect of the psychedelic realm is a prime example of this realm, of the 3D world that we're living in, which is, in order to find beauty, you're going to have to go through chaos. In order to really figure some shit out, you're going to need to hear some things that really piss you off, that really make you question who the fuck you are, that really make you question, are you actually on the right path? Are you actually doing what you're saying? Or are you just talking? It's going to make you question, like, why do you care so much about other people's opinions? Because I generally don't give a fuck what I look like to people. You know, I might look crazy, I might look this, I might look that. Some people might not agree with what I have to say when I'm being just bluntly honest. Or maybe I have points of views that you don't agree with. Or maybe, you know, you're an entrepreneur, or you're a good person, or you're a Catholic or whatever, and you think my psychedelic use is like drug use or some shit. You know, but I don't care. I take psychedelics spiritually. I'm learning to be an entrepreneur. I make videos. I experience life. I'm also a father, and I was a father before any of this, right? But I've dealt with a lot of things in my life, and it's like, I don't know. I think that the only reason I know what I was supposed to do with life, the only reason I feel great, the only reason I have the connection I have with my family, the only reason I have the connection I have with my daughter, the only reason I have the connection I have with my girl, the only reason I have the connection with my mom that I do, right? A lot of my friends, you know, talk about how me and my mom have like this amazing close relationship that they all wish they had with their mom. You know, like I can talk to my mom about anything. And today's her birthday, so happy birthday, Mom, if you're watching this. But it's like, a lot of people, you know, are sitting there jealous of these relationships, jealous of my hard work, or jealous of my results, but not jealous of the hard work it took to get the results. You know, people will be jealous of the relationship I have with my mom, but not see my mom had to sacrifice so fucking much in order to have that relationship with me. You know, she didn't have a man until I was 14 years old. She held back from getting a man until I was 14 years old because, you know, it's just she was focused on me, right? She's an amazing woman, and it's hard work to become an amazing woman. It took hard work for her to become the woman she is. It took hard fucking work for me to become the man I am today. You know, the man I am today has a lot to do with, you know, the foundation my mother kind of set up for me mentally. You know, mental confidence. I have self-love because of her. You know, like, people's judgments don't affect me because of her. You know, I don't know. It's just things she taught me as a kid. Just stuck with me today. But there was also things she taught me as a kid unintentionally that I forgot about. Like, you have to be able to analyze information. But the only way you can analyze information is if you listen to it. Meaning you have to listen to the shit that you don't want to hear, because maybe you don't want to hear it because you're fucking wrong and you don't want to admit you're fucking wrong. So maybe that's why you don't want to hear it, because you're wrong. And so many people have a problem with being wrong. I fucking love being wrong. I love being wrong because I don't want to be right. I want to learn. I have this obsession with learning, growing, evolving, and changing and flowing. I flow like this river, right? If the river was so fucking concentrated on keeping the same water molecules that it has right now, the river would become stagnant and would eventually start to stink like ass. It would eventually it wouldn't be a beautiful river anymore. So it's like, I think that we need to follow the river and just go with the flow of life and listen, learn, explore, become who you were